All right, let's go ahead and get started. Welcome, everyone. It is so great to see everyone today. Before we get started today, I want to introduce you to one of my team members, Carmela, who is going to be assisting me with monitoring the chat, answering any questions that she can answer as we go along. And she'll just be our overall support over the next 3 days during our workshops. She'll be the one that's going to prepare the replays and send them out for all of you. So if there's any specific questions that you have as we go over all of this over the next 3 days, feel free to just drop it in the chat and we will get an answer to you as quickly as possible. So you should have all received a copy of the Intentional Time Management Workshop workbook. Carmela is going to go ahead and put that link in the chat for you just in case you do not have it. You can use it to follow along, or better yet, jot down all of your notes so that at the end of the workshop you have everything all in one place. And I've planned these workshops for 1 hour, but I've given myself an hour and 15 minutes on my calendar just so that we're not rushed. I don't want to be in the middle of something and have to rush to wrap up, but I will be considerate of your time. And just a reminder for anyone that has registered for the workshops, if you can't attend a day, the replays will be sent out each afternoon after the workshop. And they don't build on each other per se. So if you miss one, definitely jump on the ones that you can attend live. So just a little introduction before we get started. I built this workshop for those of you that may feel like you're lazy or you're unmotivated or you're feeling overloaded. You know that your days are full, but maybe they're not always aligned. You feel productive, but still feel behind most days. And you're busy, but maybe not always intentional. We always say reactive versus proactive. And I came up with this free 3-day workshop as a reset. And we're not going to be adding anything more to your plate over the next 3 days. We're actually going to be stepping back to evaluate your entire plate. So just a reminder, it is today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, same time, 9 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Central, 12 Eastern, all live right here on Zoom. And then we'll get the replay sent out to you in the afternoon once the workshops are over. So what we're going to cover, if you do have your workbook on page 2, you can kind of follow along. Day 1, which is today, is awareness, and we're going to cover the life domains assessment. So we're going to, at the end of the workshop today, you're going to leave with clarity that most people never slow down to create. Day 2, tomorrow, we're going to build our ideal day and week. And we're going to walk away at the end of tomorrow with a practical template that you can implement immediately. And then on Wednesday, day 3, it's titled Framework. We're going to look at insight, intention, and integration. And at the end of Wednesday, you're going to leave with a clear framework to make your alignment stick. So I'm super excited. So just a little bit about myself. My name is Kelly French. I am a wife. My husband and I are high school sweethearts. We have been married for 27 years this year. I am a mom of 3. Addie is 14, Grayson is 13, AJ is 9. And we are also in the process of adopting again. So hopefully there'll be child number 4 sometime soon. I am a disability advocate. My husband and I started the French Family Foundation in 2021. It is a local nonprofit that provides support and assistance to local families that have children with disabilities. For those of you that don't know me, my middle son Grayson has Down syndrome, and our youngest son AJ, who we adopted in 2020, has autism, ADHD, and apraxia. I have been licensed as a real estate agent since 2014, and in April of 2022, I opened my own brokerage. So I am the broker and owner of Palm Circle Realty, which is a 100% commission brokerage located in Winter Garden. For 2026, I was ranked number 163 out of over 26,000 agents in the greater Orlando area. I am a real estate investor. I am a certified coach. I am a beach lover, and I have a bearded dragon whom I love dearly. His name is Yamaha. So that's just a little bit about myself. I hope to get to know all of you a little bit better over the next 3 days as well. So, how to get the most out of this workshop. So again, if you are following along in your workbook, we are on page 5. So again, we're going to meet live on Zoom. So come ready to be present, to be engaged, and to fully participate. The links will be sent out to your email about 1 hour before each session every day. And if you prefer quick access, you can simply scan the QR code in the workbook to join the Zoom room instantaneously. For the workbook prep and use, go ahead and download the workbook. If you don't have it today, don't worry, but for tomorrow, download the workbook before we begin so that you can fully participate. We've put a lot of work into this, and we really want it to benefit you as much as possible. So specifically tomorrow, I would like you to bring your calendar, a pen, and all 3 days, an open mind, and give yourself permission to design your life differently. So make sure that your workbook is in front of you if you have it. As you watch the sessions, take notes, complete the exercises, and revisit it in between the sessions. The real power is going to come from doing the work. So what if you miss a session? Obviously, the live attendance is highly encouraged so that you can get the full experience and coaching in real time. But if you miss a session, still come to the live sessions if you can. Each session is designed with its own standalone value, exercises, and takeaways, so you can jump in at any point and still benefit. And if you can't make it live, don't worry. The replays will be sent out so you can catch up on your own time. And obviously, we would love it if you would spread the word and invite a friend. This course is available for anyone that's ready to take control of their time in their life. So I've been marketing that it's not just for real estate agents and entrepreneurs. It is for anyone, no matter their career or their background. So you can forward the workbook or share the link with a friend. They can join the Zoom sessions directly by scanning the QR code. And then Carmela also just put in the chat the link that you can share with them as well. So this workshop is for you if your days feel chaotic, if you feel constantly behind, if you struggle with time scarcity, you're successful but stretched thin, you want structure but without the burnout, and you're ready to design your life and not just drift through it. So drop in the chat for me any of those items that I just mentioned. Do any of you feel that way? Do your days feel chaotic? Do you struggle with time scarcity? Do you feel burnt out? Drop it in the chat. I would love to see it. I would say today, preparing for this workshop, I had a little bit of time scarcity. Casey says, my assistant would tell you that my days are chaotic. I feel that. All right, well, what you're going to walk away with at the end of these workshops is clarity on what truly matters, a built out ideal day and week template, a practical framework for ongoing alignment, and immediate implementable shifts. Someone said, sometimes I feel like the workday does not have an end. I know if you're a real estate agent, that is probably very common that we just feel like we work 24/7 all the time. So let's go ahead and jump into day one. So day one is titled Awareness. Again, if you're following along, this is page 6 in your workbook. So again, this is a hands-on workshop, and I want everyone to engage actively. This is a safe place, and we can all learn together by sharing experiences. And when we share our experiences, it allows others to find commonality and feel like we're not alone, that there's other people that feel that way. So the goal is going to be today that we're going to identify where our life is thriving and where there are gaps. And progress is going to be felt as you reflect and you act. So don't just consume this information, really get involved, go through the reflection questions, and really think about some of the questions that we are asking. So again, we're going to start today with awareness, and it's going to be around the domains of life. So with the domains of life, I have broken down kind of what I came up with regards to domains of life into 5 categories. So the first one is self, which is really our foundation, and that includes our physical health, our mental and emotional health, spiritual life or our faith, our identity, purpose, and personal growth, energy, rest, and self-care. And then under relationships, which is our connection, it includes our marriage or our partnerships, our parenting and family, our friendships and community. Next, we have our work and contribution, which is our output, and that includes deep work and our professional growth. It includes leadership, team, and business growth. Life management, which is our stability, includes our personal and business finances, and it includes our home and life management. Experience and legacy, which is our meaning, includes adventure, experiences, and legacy. So what I would like you to do on page 8 in your workbook is we're going to start off with a quick assessment. So reviewing the life domains that we have on page 7, I want you to choose your top 3 domains. So like, where do you feel like you're the strongest right now? What areas do you feel the strongest? And then your bottom 3 domains. Maybe these are areas that you tend to procrastinate on or that you struggle with, or, if you're ranking where you are in all of these domains right now, you feel like those are just in the bottom for one reason or another. So go ahead and take, 2 minutes on page 8 of your workbook and choose your top 3 domains and choose your bottom 3 domains. And then if you feel comfortable sharing, go ahead and drop maybe 1 top and 1 bottom, or just 1 top or 1 bottom, whatever you are comfortable with and sharing. Go ahead and put that in the chat, and we can kind of start some communication around that. Oh, I like that, Emmeline. Your top is quality time with family. I also put top for me is marriage and parenting. Does anyone else have a top or a bottom they would like to share? I'm adding in for mine. This is probably gonna seem strange for some people who may kind of know me a little bit, but I put deep work and purpose as one of my bottoms right now, just because, I went out on my own and opened my own brokerage in 2022. And at that time, I thought I had a plan of what that looked like. And then over the past year, I decided to add in the 100% brokerage side of it because I just knew there were so many other agents that were looking for something similar to what I was looking for when I went out on my own. And so as I've added that in, I've always had a passion for teaching and have wanted to coach. And so a year ago, I started my coaching program as well. So I feel like I'm still getting in that deep work and purpose and making that into one of my top priorities. So that's some explanation on mine. So let's see. Casey says, I don't think there's ever a true balance. When I'm highly productive in my work life, it seems to limit my family time. However, my top priority right now is my senior in high school. And I think over the next couple days, Casey, we're going to get more into that where when we map out our ideal day and our ideal week, you're going to see that a little bit more. I really don't like the term work-life balance because I agree with you that I don't think there's ever really a true balance. But what I do think there is a work-life integration. So again, we'll get into more of that later this week. Someone else put their top going to church weekly, parenting, Sunday as a family day out, and house manager paying the bills, which would fall into finances. Bottom, medical checkups and dental checkups. Oh, I feel that one deeply. Rest and self-care like massages and maintaining friendships. Emmeline says, bottom, going to church every Sunday and maintaining life-work balance. Someone else, friendship and top friendship and community, bottom finances. Top physical health, bottom finances. Okay, these are all great. So then take a look at those and go back to the chart that is on page 7 and see if there are any patterns that you notice. So for instance, on the top 3 domains or the bottom 3 domains that you wrote down, do they all fall into one of the categories? Like, are they all in self? Are they all in work and contribution? Or like, do your top 3 all fall into one and your bottom 3 all fall into one? And really, I just want you to look at that so that you can just have awareness around that. Because that's the title for today, is awareness. Before we can change anything, we need to be aware about it. All right, anyone else want to share any of their top or bottom domains? Okay, then below on page 8, there is a reflection question. Why do you think these are your top and bottom domains? And again, what patterns do you notice? So go ahead and fill that in. Take a minute to think about it. And then again, if anyone wants to share, go ahead and drop that in the chat. I think my answer to that would be, why do I think these are my top and or bottom domains? Is a quote that I heard from Gary Keller years ago, what you focus on expands. So, if you're focusing on your friendships and your community, maybe you're taking your eye off of your finances because you're more focused on those friendships and community. So that, again, that's what today is all about, is just bringing awareness to this. Oh, someone said my bottoms are mostly prioritizing myself. So that's a good awareness that you need to start putting yourself first. And we'll get into that tomorrow when you start designing your ideal day. So then on page 9 in your workbook, it asks the question, why does your top and bottom domains matter? Your top domains are where you can leverage quick wins. They're often easier to prioritize because remember, that's what you're focusing on right now. And your bottom domains are where procrastination, overwhelm, or just lack of clarity shows up. So I think like an example of this could be at the beginning of this year, I started a pretty intense nutrition and workout program. And there was an app I had to follow. I have to do 10,000, I don't have to, I get to do 10,000 steps every day. I do 2 cardio workouts per week, 3 strength training sessions. There's a nutrition plan that I follow, that I should follow exactly every day. And then I check in on this app daily, and then I do a written check-in on Sundays that kind of summarizes the week and then kind of looks ahead at what the upcoming week looks like. And in January, that was tough. And I was constantly procrastinating because it wasn't originally one of my priorities. And, thinking about doing all of that starting at the same time, I had a lot of overwhelm and I couldn't really see the clarity in it yet because I hadn't worked through it. So that would be a great example of maybe like back in January of what one of my bottom domains might have looked like. But now I'm on like day 100 and something, and it's just part of my natural routine now. It's in my ideal day, it's in my ideal week, and it's just part of my new identity of who I've created since January. Someone else said, the pattern I see is that I'm consistent when there's structure, but I struggle with areas that require intentional planning. Ooh, that's good. So again, I feel like you guys are just all leading me up for tomorrow when we start going through our ideal day and our ideal week. So this is perfect. But does anyone else want to share? There's an additional reflection question at the bottom of page 9 of your workbook. What one small action could you take this week to improve one of your bottom domains? So anything that you had posted in the chat on your bottom domain, what's one small action that you could do this week to improve one of your bottom domains? I think someone had said like a medical checkup and dental checkups were on their bottom. So, and super quick, easy win could be to schedule a doctor's appointment this week. That could probably take less than 5 minutes, depending how long you're on hold. Oh, someone else said I made an appointment for myself next week for a medical follow-up. Let's see what else someone put. Someone had put going to church every Sunday as a bottom. So a quick, something quick you could do was put it on your calendar that you're going to go to church on Sunday, which, I mean, Sunday's Easter, so that should be an easy win because I think most of the population goes to church on Easter. What else? Someone had in the bottom maintaining friendships. So something quick you could do for maintaining friendships is just give someone a call. Hey, I've been thinking about you, or schedule a coffee or a meal or something with them. They said, yes, schedule my checkup appointments, just do it. Anything else that someone will commit to doing this week that's going to be a small action to improve one of your bottom domains? For me, with my bottom domains, I actually put that I want to spend some time journaling this week on kind of mapping out the other courses that I want to be able to offer in my coaching program. So that's one small action that I'm committing to this week. Anyone else? Someone said, transfer my coffee money to my savings. Um, we're saying small action, so I'm not sure how big your coffee money pot is. So maybe start off with like half so that it can be actionable. Let's do a small step, but I like how you're thinking. I'm not sure if I could do that or not. Oh, tomorrow is my birthday, and I'm going to put my phone down and commit to my husband all day. That is amazing. I'm gonna heart it. And happy early birthday. Okay, so we're going to continue to move on. Stick with me until the end today. We're about halfway through right now, but we are going to have a very powerful visualization later that's really going to drive home our work today and make this real and tangible for you. But before we do that, I want to share with you an upcoming group coaching course that I'm offering titled The Intentional Life, a 6-week roadmap for high performers to build a big life. So in just the little time that we've spent together today, you guys have done something that most high performers never slow down long enough to do. You've stepped back and you've looked at your whole life, not just your work or your productivity, and not just what's urgent right now. You've looked at the domains of life, your whole life, your life as a whole. And what happened rather quickly is that you saw clearly what is thriving and what's being neglected in your life. You've identified your top 3 domains and you've identified your bottom 3 domains. And that alone creates clarity and power because you can't change what you won't measure. Later, during our visualization, we're going to see what it would feel like to amplify what's already working. More of the good, less friction, less avoidance, and less procrastination. And here's what I want you to hear, that the goal is not to overhaul your entire life. The goal is to intentionally expand what is already aligned and shrink what is draining you. If already today has helped you see that your life is designable, then imagine what 6 weeks could do. So the intentional life is where we take this awareness and we turn it into implementation. Week 1, we'll go deeper into insight and working time realty. We will work on week 2, building your ideal day and completing a full-time audit on your calendar. Week 3, we're going to eliminate what no longer belongs. Week 4, we're going to coach through real obstacles in real time. Week 5 is going to be all about building your calendar live. And then in week 6, we're going to integrate it all into a sustainable rhythm. So it's not theory, it's an actual structured change. And it's really how I intentionally changed my life so many years ago. So enrollment for this program is opening immediately after this workshop is over today. The full investment for the 6 weeks is $12.97. And if you enroll by Thursday, April 2nd at 11 p.m., you're going to receive $300 off, bringing the cost of the course to $997. And you're also going to receive a private 45-minute one-on-one coaching session with me, exclusive just to you, personalized to you, giving us time to work together directly on your life design, your priorities, and your calendar. And that bonus is going to expire on Thursday night. So, what this program includes, which is on this slide in front of you, once you enroll and secure your spot, we're going to have 6 live weekly coaching calls. They're going to be similar interactive sessions to this, where we assess your current routines, set clear priorities, and implement strategies for more focus, productivity, and balance. All of the calls are going to be replayed, and you'll have the recordings so you can watch or rewatch anytime that you need to. So you're never going to miss a lesson or any key insights. You're going to have actionable worksheets and templates similar to the workbook, but more in depth. They're going to be tools to guide you on your daily routines, your time management, and your goal setting. There will be a private WhatsApp group for everyone that is in the coaching where you can connect with fellow participants. You can ask questions in real time and stay accountable between sessions with each other. You're going to also have personalized support. So you're going to have guidance on implementing these strategies and overcoming obstacles in real time. So if today simply created awareness, imagine what 6 weeks of guided transformation could do for you. So I would love to build this with you. Carmela is going to put the link that you can register in the chat, and I hope to see you there. Next, real quick, I want to bring on Casey for a few minutes to share her story on how her life and her business has changed since she has been a 100% agent at Palm Circle Realty since July 2024. During this time, I have coached with her in multiple capacities. And just to share with you a little bit about Casey, she bought her first home when she was 18 and earned her license shortly after. She has 25 years of experience across residential, commercial, timeshare sales, and property management, which her birthday is tomorrow. So, it's weird because I think she's only turning like 25, but she brings a strategic, detail-oriented approach to every transaction. She's passed the real estate exam in 6 states, and she's worked in Nashville, Las Vegas, our shared love of Kauai, and now she calls Orlando home. She thrives on helping buyers and sellers. She's known for her strong negotiation skills and a commitment to seamless experiences. We also have a shared commonality that we both love the beach, and she also volunteers and stays active in her community. So please welcome Casey.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much, Kelly. I really appreciate having the opportunity to pop on here. I love coaching with you, and that was a very amazing introduction. So I grew up in small town Wyoming, and I always knew that I wanted more out of life. Having the opportunity to be one of the top agents in the Orlando metro area and be able to work with somebody that I consider a true friend and coach and mentor means the world to me. So thank you so much. I just wanted to let everyone know kind of how important being intentional with your calendar, with your time, with your energy. It really has shaped me into a better mom, a better wife, a better real estate agent, and has allowed me to truly thrive. Where, 5, 6 years ago, I would get burnt out. I always felt like if I was being productive with my business, I wasn't nurturing my relationships. I was, just burning the candle at both ends. And I think with Kelly's help and being able to just be very intentional with my time, if it's not on my calendar, it doesn't exist. That's kind of my motto. So I try really hard to, to look at my calendar, stay with my calendar. If I have some open availability in my calendar, chances are I'm not going to fill it with, you know, things that don't bring joy to my life. A lot of times I will fill it with spending more time with friends, having coffee, catching up on relationships that I may have been out of touch with. I do truly believe that that one-on-one, face-to-face interaction is what has made me successful over the years, and that is my number one priority. But I can tell you, over the past year or so, since my 17-year-old, now 18-year-old, is getting ready to go to college, a lot of my extra time that I've been able to open up for myself has been to really spend intentional time with her and make sure that, these final months and years before she goes off to college and finds her own path, that's really the important time that we're spending together. So.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that story. Um, I love to see how this work has impacted you and just the growth that I've seen. Just, I know we haven't worked together too long, but we've known each other forever, and just seeing the growth really that both of us have had over the years, and how we continually move towards intentionally managing our time. Um, it's just so great to watch you grow and to see how all of this work has impacted you. So for everyone here today, I warmly welcome you to join us in the upcoming 6-week coaching course. And as I mentioned, the enrollment is now exclusively open for all of you. This is a transformative, value-packed experience, just as you heard directly from Casey. And you can click on the link in the chat to register right now. So next, we are going to move into a visualization. And for those of you who have never done one before, or have never done a visualization in a group setting, like, don't be scared. If you're driving, maybe come back and watch this on the replay. Don't close your eyes. But there's not really any right or wrong way to do a visualization. And whatever you experience during this time is going to be what's right for you. So I'm going to lead you through this visualization, and then immediately afterward, you're going to have time in your journal to journal in your workbook on what you came up with. So there is just a couple different pages in your workbook, page 10 and page 12, that you can use. But let's just go ahead and get comfortable. If you prefer to turn your camera off, that's perfectly fine. Do whatever feels right for you. But I tend to kind of just get comfortable, kind of, let my shoulders relax a little bit. And they say that visualizations work best when your feet are grounded. So I always like to make sure that my legs aren't crossed, that my feet are firmly on the ground. If it feels right for you, go ahead and close your eyes and then just settle in and find a position for you that just feels comfortable. So go ahead and take a deep breath in and a slow breath out. And then again, inhale fully and exhale. Just let that release the pace of the day. And then one more time, inhale, and then go ahead and exhale and let it all go. And then just begin to settle into stillness. So bring to mind the 3 areas of your life that you've identified as your top domains. These are the areas that matter most. The ones that when they're thriving, everything else feels more aligned. Don't overthink it. Just notice what's coming up. Now imagine yourself stepping into a version of your life where these 3 areas are fully supported. You feel fully alive. Where you're not rushing past them, you're not squeezing them in, but you're truly living inside them. What does that look like? Pause here and just let those images form. Now notice your environment. Where are you? Notice your energy. How do you feel in your body? Notice your pace. Are you calm, present, intentional? Now begin to see the details. In these top domains, how are you showing up differently? What are you saying yes to? What are you no longer tolerating? What have you made space for? Let yourself experience it, not just see it. Now, gently shift your attention. Bring to mind the 3 areas you identified as your bottom domains. The ones that may feel heavy or neglected or frustrating. And without judgment, just observe. Now, imagine that instead of avoiding these areas, instead of labeling them as problems, you begin to see them through a different lens. What if these areas are not failures? What if they're just feedback? What if they're simply asking for a different level of attention, a different level of intention? Picture yourself approaching these areas with curiosity instead of pressure. What is one small shift you can make here? Not a complete overhaul, just one intentional adjustment. Maybe it's setting a boundary. Maybe it's asking for help. Maybe it's letting go of something. See yourself in real time making that shift. Now notice what changes. Does the weight feel lighter? Does the resistance soften? What becomes possible when you stop trying to fix everything and instead choose to respond intentionally? Let that settle in. Now let's bring everything together. Your top 3 domains, thriving, supported, and protected. Your bottom 3 domains, no longer draining, but evolving, supported by small intentional changes. See your life as a whole. Not perfect, but aligned. Not busy, but purposeful. Not reactive, but chosen. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, anchor into this truth. You don't need more time, you need more intention. Everything you just saw begins with a decision. When you're ready, gently bring your awareness back to the room, wiggle your fingers, your toes. Go ahead and open your eyes. If you'd like, go ahead and turn your cameras back on. And then go ahead and open your workbook to page 10 and just begin to write. What did your life look like when your top 3 areas were fully supported? Go ahead and write whatever came to mind. Sometimes your hand is going to be faster than your brain. Just write it out so you don't forget it. And then also write out, what is one small intentional shift you identified for your bottom 3? And then once you're done with that, on page 12 in your workbook, I would like you to answer the reflection question. What is one thing you are committing to do intentionally this week? And I would like you, when you answer that question, I would like you to put that in the chat for accountability. just posted mine in the chat. So my commitment is journaling around my deep work, where to continue on my coaching journey, like what coaching classes do I offer next? What value can I bring to other people based on my past experiences? Does anyone else have something they would like to share? I would love to hold you accountable. Okay, so that is all of the content that I have for today. A little sneak peek for tomorrow is that we are going to be designing our ideal day and our ideal week. So it's not a vacation day. It's not Casey and I in Kauai. It's just a normal everyday Tuesday and a normal everyday week. So bring with you your current calendars, whether it's digital, it's paper, it's on Post-its, it's in your brain because you don't use a calendar, whatever it is, bring that with you. And at the end of tomorrow, we're going to be comparing it to your real, what we complete tomorrow, we're going to be comparing to your real calendar and making some changes. Emlyn put in the chat, this week I'm committing to intentionally focusing on simply starting, knowing that once I begin, momentum naturally follows. Put it on my calendar and daily routine reminder. I love that. Someone else says, get in touch with a friend this week and schedule a meetup soon. Schedule my doctor's appointment this week. You got it. I can't wait to see where you guys are at towards the end of this week. Another one, I'm committing to create a personalized budget plan to improve my finances. I love it. When my husband and I were getting very intentional on our finances, we would actually monitor our spending on a weekly basis to ensure that we were not overspending on our budget. So I think creating a personalized budget to improve your finances is a great start. So this workshop, as I mentioned before, is just the beginning. And if you're ready to take it deeper, consider joining the Intentional Life, a 6-week roadmap for high performers to build a big life. We are going to build structured calendars, eliminate what doesn't serve you, coach through real life obstacles. We're going to create sustainable rhythms that support your identity and your priorities. You know, today you have identified what's working in your life and what's not. That clarity alone is so powerful. You saw your top 3 domains and you saw your bottom 3, and now you know this. Your life is not random, it's designable. The intentional life is where we take today's awareness and we turn it into action. 6 weeks, live coaching, worksheet-based implementation, accountability between calls, an exclusive community and a private WhatsApp group, and so much more. Enrollment is officially open. I see that Carmela put the link in the chat again. The investment is $12.97, but if you enroll by Thursday at 11 p.m., you'll receive $300 off, bringing the total investment to $997. And that will also include a private 45-minute one-on-one coaching call with me. And if today shifted your thinking, just imagine what 6 weeks could shift in your life. More information on this is available in your workbook on page 11, and the link to register is in the chat as well. We will also have the link in the replay that gets sent out later this afternoon. A clear path, consistent support, and practical tools all in one program. I hope to see you there, and I will see you tomorrow for day 2. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great day. Bye.